Well, hello everybody. I'm going to make a short video about just what I heard on the news about Bergdahl, or the soldier that we saw swap 5 of the most hideous Al-Qaeda people loose, and how the people that served with him over there calls him a traitor, because they are evidence that he left his post and walked out somewhere and then got captured. Well, if you leave your post when you're not supposed to, that is action to kick him out of the service with an dishonorable discharge, maybe even close to the grounds of treason. And I heard this news person, or this one person on this news channel, say that we as America cannot leave any behind. Well, if he left his post and he was captured, if there was even the slightest inkling that he was a treason, and treason, if they prove that, well, they can put him to death over that. But why would you want to release the worst of the worst back into the hands of Al-Qaeda to do more damage to us, the interest of America? See, Obama is really good on talking about protecting the interest of America. Well, in this, he's not protecting our interests. He let the worst of the worst, 5 of them people, loose again to go do whatever to us for what? One soldier that may have left his post illegal, I don't know how sick he is. They said he was sick. Didn't look too sick to me, but of course I'm not there to examine and make sure, there's something wrong, I mean, as an EMT, that would be the first thing I would do, was make sure that he was in physically good shape once he got out. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. But I think this is going to come back to bite America. There'll be a day that people here in America will curse the day that Obama did this. And I know his parents wants him back. I have a son, I have a daughter, and if they were held by Al-Qaeda, sure, I'd want my country to do something to get them back. But there should have been some other way to get him back other than compromise, letting the worst of the terrorists go. That is degrading to America, people. That is showing how weak we are, how weak our president is, and how weak we are. Ronald Reagan did the same thing. And when push comes to shove, Ronald Reagan himself could have been impeached and held for treason for doing this when he did it back then. I'm sorry, this upsets me because I can see down the road something bad is coming because the release of these 5 worst of the worst. That's like going into a prison here in the United States, picking out the 5 worst serial killers that we could find and just letting them loose on the public. I'm just saying, as an example. Would you like to have a serial killer living next door to your home? I'm just saying. Go in there and pick out 5 of the worst here in the United States of serial killers. Pretty well proven they are. And just, give them freedom. Let them loose for one reason or another. And then they come knocking at your door and said, oh, and by the way, this one is going to move next door to you. What? People have a fit when pedophiles are let loose and they come into their neighborhood. But I'm talking about murderers, killers in the first degree, that has no conscience about us. They hate us. They hate us to the point they want us all killed and dead. So we've let the worst of the worst, same as 5 serial killers. Come here. Paco, come here, baby. Come on. All right. There you go, little boy. Getting 5 of the worst who can conspire together, organize a group, and do all sorts of things to us. They either can drop gas or poison upon us, wipe out a whole town, even as big as New York. I mean, I'm not kidding you people. Sarin gas has already been, distributed overseas, and you've seen the results of it overseas. What if a couple of planes or 2 or 3 flew over under their control and dumped this crap just over New York City? Could you imagine a city full of dead people? Not one living. Dead. Dead in their beds. Dead walking down the street. Drop dead. Wherever they are. A whole city as big as New York. Full of just dead people. Not living, but dead. It could happen, people. It really could happen. And then they could drop that MP and knock out all of our electrical system. Cars die right in the road as you're driving down the road. You couldn't get home unless you walked. No cars running. No lights in your house. No heat in your home if you heat by electricity. The chaos that would erupt here in the United States would be unbelievable. Most people don't know how to survive without electricity. They really don't. I could, but it's a lot better to have electricity. I remember being raised up on the ranch, and for years and years and years we didn't have electricity because we didn't have electricity lines even run out in that neighborhood. And we had to use coal lamps and things to light our homes. We would use wood stoves to cook our food in to heat our home. And we made it. We made it. There's a song that has this I'm not sure if I get all the words right, that says that in the destruction we can thrive. When all of this stuff starts breaking loose, I mean really breaking it, what's happened is so far is very mild. And you may say, well, 9/11 wasn't very mild. Yes, it was, compared to what can and will come down to America. That was just a piece of the cake cut off that encouraged the Taliban and them to even do more. Oh yeah, I mean, because of Bush, we went over there and got in war with them, and that slowed down their process. But see, now Obama's pulling all of our troops out. The war is ended. It's done. It's gone. It's zip. Everybody's rejoicing and happy over it. But it's like the most poisonous snake curled in the bush, waiting to strike. I'm telling you. America needs to wake up, because we're going down. We really are. Countries don't like us. They just don't. We're growing more and more in very bad shape. I'll be right back, people. I've got to go see what they're going on. Somebody on here? Oh, okay. Come here, dog. Come here. Come on, babies. Come on, come on. Come on. Now. Come on, get up in here. Get.
It was measured. Yeah.
Come on.
Go.
Come on.
Go. Mom, reach.
I'm sorry. We had some company. My husband was out in the back, so I guess I gave you something to talk about, think about. But anyway, I just want you people to know, to really know, that troubled times are really coming, really coming. Can you think about something happened to our electric grid? Okay, what the chaos would cause. There's people that heat their homes with electricity. I mean, they cook on it, they heat, they keep the warmth with it. They take showers with it because of their water heaters. The air conditioner in the heat of the summer run on it. The refrigerators run on it that keeps our food cool. Our deep freezers run on it, like keep our food frozen. So no electricity, no heat. Taking cold baths. Food spoiling. Oh, my God, no TV. That'll drive the kids crazy. And the kids that drive you crazy. It would turn our life around upside down. Really, it would. It would turn it upside down. You couldn't even listen to a radio that has a cord that hooks to the wall. Just saying. Just imagine. Stop for 1 second, close your eyes, and imagine a world, a United States, not just a world, but a United States with zero electricity. The cars can't run unless, let's go back to vehicles made before they started putting that little brain in your car. See, your car has a brain, that's what they call it, that's in your car, that turns it on, keeps it running, you know, all that good stuff. Well, it's fried. So unless you have a vehicle made way back in, what, 40s, 50s, 60s, you know, the older ones, you won't have transportation. Unless you go buy a horse, or ox and a cart. Just imagine it. In the summer when it's so hot, it's unbearable. I got my air conditioner on right now because it's a little warm. But no air conditioner. Hot or not hot. It doesn't matter. They would I'd just have to survive, wouldn't I? And on top of it, they've dumped all this poison on a big city like New York or like Los Angeles. I'm trying to pick out the big cities near the coast. And everyone dead in it. And the stench of the body is rotting, smell to high heaven for miles and miles, because that many dead, the rotting flesh would send up a stench beyond belief. Have you ever smelt a dead person? It doesn't smell pretty, people. No, it doesn't smell pretty at all. And what if they hit 2 or 3 cities? Oh, word. But Obama let 5 and wouldn't go through Congress to get it, because he knew if he tried to get the okay from Congress to do this, they would veto it. No, wouldn't do it. Because they wouldn't have turned 5 of the worst loose just for one man that they don't even know what really happened that night. And think about the guilt of that family when this all comes about, knowing that their son caused this.
They're gone.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, thank you, honey. Yes.
I'll tell you when you get done.
Okay. But anyway, people, and of course the truthers don't think that Al-Qaeda had anything to do with the towers coming down. You all are so sadly mistaken. But I'm not going to argue with you guys. I have a friend that believes that. We'll get in discussion every once in a while. And I know our government is bad and can do very bad and evil things to even their citizens. I mean, it's happened before. But I'm telling you, our finances is about to collapse because the more stuff that Obama gets going, it's affecting our finances, and our financial system is about to collapse. Then we got these terrorists and the Taliban and all of them coming, maybe coming over. You know, I just see looking at the news, it says 104 former ghettos that's been released has turned back to terrorism. 104. We sent them off and sent them back, and they went back into the battle. What do you think these 5 worst of the worst is going to do? Go back into the battle. Figure out. And in fact, being around American soldiers as long as they have, don't think they can't glean information from our soldiers as same as our soldiers got information from them. That's a two-way street, people. These guys was in there looking, listening, waiting for their turn to get away or get released, one or the other. They probably gleaned more information than we'll ever understand that they gleaned off of our very own soldiers, because people talk. People talk amongst each other. They may have more information than what anyone realizes that they got. Not that the soldiers did it on purpose, just but by everyday normal talking. Something will happen, and maybe they disagree with the president, maybe they disagree with this, or maybe they agree and they'll say this is a good idea, and they'll talk, and these men are sitting there going, okay, I heard that. Oh yeah. Give me time. Give me a reason. Give me a way out of here. I'll show you. All I know is that people, you need to repent and get under the covering, blood covering of Jesus Christ before it's too late. I'm just one of the watchmen on the wall, pre-warning you of things that's coming. And then, of course, we have Yellowstone out there, and it's moving, and things weird are happening out there, and some people think it's about to erupt, and it could well be. And if it does, it's going to devastate America. Many, many, many thousands will die over that one. So we're on the edge of the abyss. One more step and we go over the edge. And it's done for America. Done for America. And our president we have now has done a lot to it, to help this. Because of his beliefs and his ideological theories and stuff with backed by like people like Oprah Winfrey and other movie stars that think they're same as gods and goddesses, which they're not. They're only human beings making a living by acting. And they're no smarter than you or me. In fact, some of the statements they make makes me realize they're dumber than you or me. But they just get their star status, like, I'm a star, I'm an actress, I'm an actor. Oh, my words are important. No, they're not. They're not any more important or less important than yours or mine. We need to quit putting people on pedestals. People does not deserve to be on pedestals. We don't. None of us, not a one of us, deserve to be put on a pedestal. But we need to look out for the welfare of mankind. You know, we have these organizations that looks out for the welfare of animals. Oh man, they just go crazy. We have the tree huggers out there, hearing more about a tree than a human being. I'm telling you, there is nothing on this earth right now more important than the human life. And in the Bible, in Isaiah, it tells you, there's verses in there that tells you that this earth is going to be totally 100% desolate. That mankind will be as rare as gold or diamonds or jewels. There's going to be so scarce, mankind will, the biggest part of mankind will die, and there will be hardly any humans left upon this earth. I'll make another video and I'll read those chapters to you, or I'll put them down below, okay? But I'm disturbed this morning about this and the news that this young man may have left his post when he shouldn't have, got himself captured, and if he'd been doing his job and doing it right, it wouldn't have happened. And that some of his fellow soldiers are saying he should be tried for treason. So there's more dirt here than what we know about. So I don't know. I don't know. This just was a bad deal. A bad deal. So I've stated my mind, as I usually do. Some will agree, some may disagree, but that's okay. I love you all anyway. Why should I hate you? You're fellow human beings. You have an opinion, as I have opinion. Just don't get nasty about it, because I will block you and take you off my channel, because when you really start getting nasty, I'm just not going to tolerate it. But you can disagree in a civil way, and I won't block you. There just seems like there's so much hate and bitterness in the church nowadays. That's all they're out to do, is tear each other apart. I just don't want to be part of that no more. I know I've made a lot of videos against Elizabeth, which I truly believe she's a false prophet. I've seen a lot of things she did when I was with her. But you know what? God will take care of that, people. So I just leave her in God's hands. And all of the other false prophets and the people are saying they're Jesus Christ here on earth. I mean, it's just say, Father, They're in your hands. You take care of them. You just take care of them in your way. So, I'm going to leave it as this, people. Pray like you've never prayed before. Pray without ceasing. Give your heart to Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, the Messiah. That's what he did. He come here to die for you. Give your heart to him and accept that blessed gift that he gave you in his death. And in his resurrection, he gave you life. So you have to accept the first to get the second, okay? And prepare yourself for some bad things. Learn to not only survive, but during the survival process, when this thing is going on, and we seem like we're at the bottom of the pit and can't see daylight at the top, thrive. Thrive in the spirit of the Holy Rukadesh, Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ as he enters in. Thrive in the spiritual realm. The physical realm may not look like much. We may lack a lot of stuff that we think we need, but God supplies all of our needs. But what we think we need and what we really need is two different things. And God will supply our needs, but he may not always supply what we think we need. Because what we think we need is tied up with the flesh. But what we need, God takes care of. Okay? So give your heart to Jesus Christ. Render yourself to him. And let our Father supply all your real needs. Your need needs. Not your wants, but your need needs. Because it's coming to that point. It's not about prosperity. It's about spiritual growth in him. That's what it's about, people. Understand that. And wake up. Don't listen to all of these prosperity ministers that are spewing out bull that will go and drag you into the New World Order, into the Antichrist when he comes, and you be deceived. Your soul is way far more important than that. So give your heart to him. Blessings. Father, bless this video in the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus Christ. Bless it. Let it be a blessing to many people. And let seeds be planted in those that do not believe that one day these seeds will be watered in their heart and they begin to grow and their eyes will be open and their ears will be unstopped and they will come to you. I'm asking a blessing, a mighty blessing upon this video in the name of Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. Amen.